have some breaking news into the WECT newsroom. A jury in Bladen County has found a man guilty of killing another man and kidnapping a woman back in 2021. Bryan McClean will spend the rest of his life in prison for the murder of Christopher Clibbins and the kidnapping of Tashina McMillan. Now, according to prosecutors and investigators, McMillan stayed in a home with Clibbins while hiding from her abusive husband, Demekus McMillan. McClean and McMillan's husband, the co-defendants in the case, fired shotguns into the home, killing Clibbins in front of his 3 daughters, and they took McMillan from the house. McClean will not have the possibility of being released by parole.